Rise Ascent. Our first look in Rise at this next competitor, but probably not the first look from a number of our fans at the lady about to make her way to the ring. Stormie Lee, we've seen many places in the wrestling world, and I will go so far as to say personally referred to Rise by the Radiant Reign.
Well, Reign, along with Mercedes Martinez, two of the veteran competitors that have taken a lot of the younger competitors here in the state of Florida under their wing to show them the ropes, teach them a thing or two inside the ring, and Stormie Lee has those two learning influences from right here, I believe at the WWN facility in Florida.
Trick Davis?
No.
It's not 2005 Trick Davis. This music does signal the arrival of the Lost Girl. This is going to be Samantha's first singles action since Rise 1 Ignite, where she fell in defeat to Delilah Doom. Both of their first matches in Rise from that first Rise seminar with Colt Cabana and Saraya Knight. First time seeing her since Rise 5, where we saw her at Rising Sun teaming with Brittany Blake. But now Samantha going alone here against Stormie Lee here on Ep 29 of Rise Ascent.
We have the opening bell. Samantha Heights, definitely one of those wrestlers who is very, very busy every single week, multiple shows, running the roads, professional wrestling, doing those long drives, all to get more experience under her belt, to fine-tune her game. Came all the way down here to Florida to participate in the Mick Foley seminar.
If anyone followed social media or some of the promos that have actually already surfaced on our social media and our website, rise-wrestling.com, or at RiseDTWA on all of your social media memes, Mick Foley was talking about girls that made 30-hour round trips just to be at his seminar. Samantha Heights is one of those girls.
And it's winter time, and she's been doing a lot of drives in blizzards these days, running through the Midwest and to the East Coast of the United States, putting her body on the line in horrible weather conditions inside the car, as well as inside the wrestling ring.
Dave, just for this kind of stretch that I know Sam's in the middle of right now, she was in Maryland, from Cincinnati to Maryland, back to Ohio, Ohio down here to Orlando, then back to Ohio tomorrow. Then she goes to Canada, back to Ohio, back to Canada, back to Ohio, and then back down again in Florida, with it all in like a 10-day span. I don't know that I drove that much in 2009.
Any independent wrestler can learn from the example of Samantha Heights. In many ways, it reminds me of the determination that we saw out of Heidi Lovelace back in the day, Ruby Riott, where she would do all those long road trips just to get any match opportunity possible to wrestle as frequently as she can, and in the long run, it pays off. You turn into a fantastic competitor. You learn from various influences. You take on a variety of opponents, and right now, Samantha Heights, that's innovative offense right there.
A page from the playbook of Jamie
Senegal, yes.
Hey, it won Jamie the match. And right now you can see the ire getting raised in Stormie Lee. Now, though we haven't seen much of Stormie here in Rise, here's one thing I can tell you. She is not a competitor you want to fire up. There's a temper in there. There's the Italian side of her that very much comes out in aggression, in screaming, yelling, just punching, hurting. You do not want to bring that out of Stormie Lee. And right now you can almost see like the angry meter going up as Stormie's trying to get Sam back in her line of sight.
Just getting right in the referee's face. She's right behind you.
Or is she?
No, she's not. Samantha Heights has disappeared, ladies and gentlemen.
Samantha Heights loves to have fun. I think Stormie Lee hates fun from the looks of things. Dave, what's the over-under Delirious comes out from under the ring right now?
I hope not. Would he have a blanket with him if he did? Perhaps a pillow.
That's at least the third 2005 reference we've dropped here in episode 29 of Rise Ascent. Back to the action.
If you're
Stormie Lee!
confused, go on YouTube. Come As You Are Rumble. It answers all the questions. Out to the floor. Samantha Heights, after connecting with that kick, bringing the action back inside now.
And we talked about confusion a second ago. That was definitely some trickery and a little bit of misdirection, and Samantha connecting with that baseball slide drop kick. And Stormie just absolutely showing some aggression in her face. And they're just a shot to the throat and trying to turn the tide in this one.
Up on the shoulders. Drives her down to the canvas with the Samoan drop. Only gets one.
Down here in the Florida markets, WXW, the Samoan Training Center down here as well. Can't help but think Stormie picked that up from some of her friends at WXW and friends like Mercedes Martinez.
Absolutely. Stormie, a frequent competitor on the Shine wrestling events. Repeated forearm shots right to the face. Referee trying to lay down the law.
Ooh, just back of the head meeting the mat. That had to rock Samantha Heights.
Wasn't pretty, but it did some damage. Talking some trash as Samantha Heights trying to pull it together here.
Sam reaching for the ropes, trying to find something to pull herself up. She's going to need to find something because right now, not getting up on her own power, but certainly getting put down by the power of Stormie Lee.
Was pulled out of the corner and driven down to the mat. Standing on the fingers right there.
That's always one of those things that, unless it's happened to you, somebody's standing on your fingers or like standing on your hair. Now, granted, that doesn't do me much good right now to say that, but at one point it did. That stuff just hurts. It's just nasty.
Kicking away at Samantha Heights down in the corner. Stormie Lee with the advantage here. Let's see what she has in mind next. Trying to send her into the corner, but able to connect with that kick. Doing the handstand in the corner was Samantha Heights, and quickly to the top rope now. Crossbody. Only gets an ear fall.
Dave, I thought she might have been looking for that Samantha Heights blockbuster that we've seen finish many opponents, including several of her matches at Shimmer recently.
Absolutely. Samantha Heights, somebody who's been really rising through the ranks across the independent wrestling scene everywhere she competes. And that blockbuster is a key maneuver in her repertoire.
And as we know, one of the few matches that we know going into our upcoming Shimmer weekends here in March and then the WrestleMania weekend, we know Samantha Heights has the Heart of Shimmer Championship in her sights.
Well, she's had some issues with dust on recent Shimmer events. Definitely a lot of things to be settled between those two. Right now, a gut wrench suplex from Stormie Lee. Gotta hand it to her. You know, she's not getting out there quite as much as Samantha Heights these days, but she has had the advantage for the majority of this matchup thus far. I'm talking some more garbage.
You know, I'm not going to take away anything from the Road Warrior stature of Stormie Lee. I know I've actually seen her on some shows in the Chicago market of reasonably recent memory. I know she was on Chicago-style wrestling not too long ago. So she's getting out there herself as well. And though there aren't any titles on the line in this one, Stormie's certainly looking for the title of victor in this match, which she may not get after the result of that rolling kick and a count of two.
Samantha Heights getting the support of the fans here in Orlando. Just waiting for the right moment, waiting for Stormie to get back to her feet. Drives the head right into the midsection.
And sliced bread, greatest thing since, has her down, hooks both legs, two, almost got her.
Softening up that neck, though, perhaps in preparation for that blockbuster off the top rope. Heights pulls her back up. You're going to set her off, but holds on. Russian leg sweep.
Nice reversal, takes her down. Rolling her through now is Stormie Lee. And looking to use some of that power. No, turns her around and just, return to the favor and softening up that neck.
A little payback. But Stormie only gets two. The advantage going back and forth between these two women here in your feature bout on episode 29 of Ascent.
Fans here in Orlando solidly behind Samantha Heights. And you can just see the ire raising even more of Stormie Lee. What's it going to take to put the Lost Girl down for the counter to get her to tap that mat?
As they're trapped in the corner, wrap the arms around the top rope so she couldn't move out of harm's way. And charging into the corner now, elbow connects.
You can see both girls definitely moving maybe a half step slower than they were at the onset of this match. And maybe that's the difference maker. Sam had just enough time to get out of the way. And now on the opposite side of the ring, right to the face.
Got great momentum and connected. And Heights now all the way to the top rope. Will we see that blockbuster? Able to connect. Hooks the leg. And she got her.
An impressive debut and a great return all in one contest, taking us out of episode 29 of Rise Ascent. We are on the road to legendary, and that road passes right through the heart of heartbreak. Let's take a look at recent events between Shotzi Blackheart and Delilah.